Yo, what's up, y'all? Dante here, back with another video. I know it's been a very long time since I've done like an actual video recording or just a topics video. Um, so I want to get my thoughts real quick on this particular topic. It's a Pokemon topic, um, and it was inspired by these two posts by Papa C. So if you see it right here, I voted on both of these. So the first one was a couple days ago. It says, "Do you think a new core series Pokemon game will release next year?" I clicked no, and as you see the percentages, almost three quarters of the voters think there won't be a new core series game. So what he means by core series is like basically like something that's a game that's essentially um, like a main like something that's based on the main series, like a remake or Let's Go, like what you see on that second poll. There's not going to be a new generation. I'm gonna get into basically the reason why I made this video. So the second post he put on there, what do you think the next Pokemon game would be? A full on remake like a Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, a Let's Go game, a Legends game, or maybe a new generation? And I clicked Legends. Um, I just think that's the next logical. Um, I just think that's the next logical progression. You kind of have to go with the Legends games because they've been so popular. The remakes for a lot of people, them last remakes like turn a lot of people off, and then a lot of people just don't really care for Let's Go. Let's Go, in my opinion, is more for like the Pokemon Go people who want to play. Basically, they want to. That's more for people who want to play Pokemon Go at home, um, or like on a within a certain radius without actually having to play Pokemon Go. That's my opinion. There's not going to be a new generation. So basically, I'm going to get into each one of these points and why. That's essentially why I'm making this video. So first of all, before I start, shout out to Papa C. Go check out his channel. I'm gonna link his channel into the description. Makes excellent Pokemon videos. My favorite series of his is probably like how beating the game, how Nintendo intended. See what I'm saying? That's clever. Um, I like that series. He does a lot of different stuff, challenges, like facts, stuff like that. So he does a lot of stuff in Pokemon. It's very good stuff. Very good stuff. But yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna get into we get to right now. So remakes. Um, Remakes are inevitable. I kind of look at it the same vein of like the Resident Evil series or like the Final Fantasy series. We all know how many games Fantasy has. We all know it's going to get to a point where they're gonna remake and remaster every Final Fantasy. They're going to remake and remaster at some point down the line every Resident Evil. Um, I wouldn't be surprised in like 15, 20 years they'll remake. Excuse me, Resident Evil 7 and 8 because they've already done the first four, if I'm correct, right? Um, and people love them remakes. For the most part, those remakes are like universally praised. For the most part, in my opinion, some people prefer certain aspects from the older games, and some people prefer the remakes for Resident Evil and Final Fantasy. I never got into it because it was always a weird thing. Like I think at one point when I was in like my early 20s, I think they did a remake of Resident Evil 13, right? I'm not Resident Evil 13. I'm mixing them up. Final Fantasy 13, right? But I was like, but wait, didn't they? But wait, didn't they make? Didn't like a Resident? Didn't like I keep mixing them up. Even didn't like a Final Fantasy like 10 come? Like it was confusing because I never understood the timelines. Like I'm pretty sure the games came out in chronological order, right? So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all that. So I don't know. It was just first of all, it's too many games to keep up with. I was never really. I'm not a JRPG type of guy. I tried to play that the Resident Evil 7 remake. Jesus Christ. Final Fantasy Final Fantasy 7 remake that came out a few years ago. I played it on Xbox. It's cool. But you can tell it's one of them games that's going to you have to put hours and hours and hours, and if it's not the game for you, you're not going to you first of all you're not going to beat it, and you're not going to get the full experience out of it, in my opinion. Um, yeah. So when it comes to remakes are inevitable. They're going to remake everything. Well, in the foreseeable future, they will remake Gen 5 and Gen 6. 7, 8, 9. In my opinion, that'll be later down the line. Give that about 5 to 7 years, before they hit like Gen 7. Because like you said, eight and nine are relatively new. Like even like Sword and Shield is what, like 4 years old at this point. They're not touching the remake. They got like a decade before they even need to touch them remakes. It doesn't need to be remade. You can remaster them. There's a big difference between remake and remaster. Remaster is for what I understand, a remaster is like it's the same game, but like the core mechanics, the graphics, the engine, everything is upgraded for like a modern system. That's why I think um they need to take all them old Pokemon games, remaster them, and put them on the Switch. I don't know what's taking them so long. That's going to get more into the last point with the generation thing, but yeah, put all them games on the Switch, sell them for $20 a pop. I promise you, people will eat that up because before the 3DS store closed down, I got Pokemon Yellow for like $10 on the 3DS. So you double that, put it on the Switch, enhance the graphics. I guess add some quality of life stuff, and you straight. You don't even got to remake the whole thing. Remake is like what they did from like Ruby and Sapphire to Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire. Like it's a complete tonal change. That's the difference. Let's go. The Let's Go game. I don't think they will do well enough where every generation, because that would be the logical sequence of events is to just make a Let's Go game for every generation. I, I don't want that, bro. That it's I don't know. I didn't touch the Let's Go games. I didn't touch the Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl remakes. They're not for me, man. Either I don't know. I'll just play the old games. Or if I really want to play a remake, I'll go back. I actually just started playing Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire again. I think this kind of subconsciously inspired me to play it again. Um, yeah, Let's Go. Like I said, it's just Pokemon. It's Pokemon Go mixed with the normal Pokemon battling sequence. It is what it is. I don't just the art style and just the mechanics. Just I mean, I think if that's how you want to grind. Just throwing chucking Pokeballs for hours and hours and hours to get levels. Because I think from what I've seen, you can't. There's no battling the wild poke. You literally have to catch Pokemon to train. Like you don't battle. I got to battle. That's the main. That's the main draw of Pokemon. And you can't obviously catch them all. That's the model. But also the battle Pokemon. If the only time you battle is just the trainers. I mean, is that really a fun experience for people out there? I guess so. I mean, whatever floats your boat. Legends. Legends absolutely has to be done for every generation. It's now. I don't know how they're going to go. They're going to go backwards or they're going to go forwards because they started with Gen 4 Arceus. So there was some fan made Joan I saw. It was like Legends Celebi. It's a very cool video. If I can find that, I'll link it. It was essentially Gen 2 based Legends, but it looked very cool. Um, that out of all these four options, Legends should be on the top. It should be on the top priority to make. Um, they need to take. So when did Arceus come out? Last, excuse me, 2022, early January of 2020. Damn, it's been that long. It has been that long. Wow, it's been a year and a half since it came out. Um, I need to get back into it, man. But I put in like 500 hours in that game, but it was just it was addicting. But it was so fun. It was refreshing. I don't know. It was just different. I think that's what Pokemon need to do. They need to do something different. They need to take their time. That leads into the last point. New generation. Pokemon does not need any more new generations. Pokemon is Pokemon has exhausted that idea and ran it into the ground because now I've seen some of the new Pokemon. It's cool, some of them, but like if you take out like those paradox forms and the what are they? I forgot what they call it. The paradox forms and like the past form, primal forms, or whatever. Some of those look very cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like my favorite scene. I like the Jigglypuff one. I like the Magneton one, the Salamence one, the what's the Don Fan one. That looks amazing. Um, then they did one for Dunsparce. Like a lot of them things, those are some cool concepts. Um, but like I said, that was not enough to make me buy that game. I have not like Legends was the last game I picked up. I haven't picked up anything before or after. Like I said, I didn't pick up Let's Go. I didn't pick up the BDSP games. I didn't pick up and I didn't pick up Scarlet Violet. I don't know. It just wasn't. It just wasn't hitting for me. I need something different. And to be fair, I think Legends looks better in terms of like the open world stuff. It looks a lot better than it does in Scarlet Violet. That's just my opinion. For what the game footage I've seen, it just looks smoother in Legends. But yeah, I think they need to focus on Legends games. Take a break. You do not. There's no more generation. This the TV show. Like I get. I don't. It may be just a Japanese thing because there's some shows they got in Japan that are still running to this day. Like this like Ultraman. Oh, did you know Ultraman is still running? I believe Ultraman. That's crazy. That show started in like the 50s and 60s. It's still running to this day, if I'm not mistaken. That's silly. But it's like that still hits. Like I guess like over here, like Power Rangers is still running. Um, Simpsons is still running, but like Simpsons is more based on an American audience. And then even we all know Simpsons kind of fell off. Family Guy fell off. I think American Dad, but I don't watch too much TV, so y'all gotta tell me, have them are them shows still hitting like they did back in the day? But like Power Rangers is based on Sentai heroes, what is it called? Sentai Warriors, Sentai Heroes. I forgot what it's called, but yeah, it's based on that. That's essentially what Power Rangers is. I think that's still going. So I don't know. It's weird. It's like a lot of shows you would think like I guess Pokemon does a lot of numbers over there because I know over here in America because Pokemon doesn't show like we don't have like Kids WB anymore. I doubt they show it on Cartoon Network. Pokemon. It would have to be on during the day because they're not going to put it on Adult Swim. It would never get seen. Oh, it would get seen, but it would take slots from something that deserves to be on Adult Swim. Adult Swim is more adult, not adult, but like older teen, young adult entertainment. So it's not necessarily meant for like kid shows, which is weird because I don't know why they're showing the side note, but I don't know why they're showing that new Superman show on Adult Swim. Is that an Adult Swim esque show? I don't think so. Not in my opinion. But yeah, there's no more new generations, bro. That new series they got let that run its course, run your story, get you 100, get you 200 episodes out of it, and, and end it and leave it at that. You don't need any more. If you can make spin-offs, sure, make some spin-offs, get creative, mix it up. You don't have to make the problem with Pokemon. Every new show means there's a new. Every new show means there's a new region, means there's a new set of Pokemon. And I think they've gotten to the point where they're just they creatively exhausted the the ideas they could have for these Pokemon designs. That's why Legends and Scarlet Violet have all these. They're basically the same Pokemon, but they just look different. They're different designs. You know what I'm saying? Um, and there's not. I prefer that. Just make different forms of the same Pokemon. You know what I mean? I don't know. But yeah, definitely. If based off this poll, definitely Legends will be the next game. But they need to take their time, right? Because the game just came out last year, right? So 2022. It's 2023 right now, July 12th, 2023. There should not. I was watching somebody the other day, or was it yesterday? I was watching someone's video. I can't remember whose video it was, but they were speaking the exact same sentiments. He was like, he said something. It was in a video, and he was like, so there's not gonna be a new Pokemon game next year, or the year after that, or the year after that, or the year after that, or any foreseeable future. Because he was speaking, he had the same thought I had. They need to take a complete generation off. I'm talking about like 5, 7. Hell, if you don't want to make another game for another decade, you can. Game Freak Nintendo will survive if you don't make a Pokemon game for 5 to 10 years. I promise you, because they don't make Mario games every 3, 4 years. The last Mario game they had, other than this new like Peach spinoff, they've had Luigi's Mansions 3, Odyssey, and then Mario Kart 8 has just been DLC updates. So they'll make their money, and then all the money they make from merchandise. If you're not familiar with how, well, specifically with Pokemon, Pokemon makes like 20% of their profit from the video games. The video games are not the big draw. It's the cards, the plushies, the all the merchandising that goes, the clothes, and then I'm sure they make big bank off the tournaments, like all the TCG, all the VCG tournaments you see on the Pokemon. Um, you see them every weekend. It seems like I get a notification about some kind of Pokemon tournament going on, and then and then you got all these people that play Pokemon on YouTube and Twitch. They go back and play all the old games, all the Game Boy Advance ones, the first gen, second gen, third gen, the DS, SD, the 3DS. They play. I mean, like there's so much there's so much Pokemon content out there. The only people that are really pushing for new generations every like 3 to 4 years, the only people that really need that are PokeTubers. Now, I'm not saying they can't survive without new generations, but the new generations do get them bumps because everyone wants to see them play the new generation. That's just how it is. That's just how the cookie crumbles, I guess. The average Pokemon fan that doesn't make content based around Pokemon, they don't need the new game. The new games give them more content because the newer games give them newer stuff to talk about. You don't have to go back as far to make stuff. Like Loxton, for example, love his content. He makes some like I'm pretty sure he's done a video on every like through and through. Like I'd be surprised. every time I get a notification from him, I'm very surprised. Like, bro, you came up with another idea, another theory about Pokemon. You are incredible. I don't know how you do it because if you've seen his channel, he does like some crazy stuff. He does like he does like every like he gets creative with it too. He's just like I'm ranking every Generation 3 plushie. I'm ranking every Gen 4 T-shirt design. I'm ranking. I rank. I'm like, what does every Gen 5 Pokemon name mean? What do other starters represent? Their history, their lore. Like he does a lot of stuff like that. That's the stuff I like. I like the game. I like people that do gameplay stuff. But even then, you got to mix it up. Like I watch NCAA football content, which is obviously it's college football, right? But straight up dynasty modes, they're I mean, I'm doing one myself. But let's be fair, people love the challenge videos. They love oh, you're gonna recruit such and such, such. I know this is not Pokemon, but you get what I'm saying, right? You got to be able to mix it up. And there's so much backlog catalog. There's so much there's so much backlog that you should never run. There should never be a shortage of new Pokemon content. You know, on a weekly basis. You know what I mean? You don't have to make Pokemon stuff every day. Um, that's just my opinion. Now, if you make the content, of course, make what you like. But what I'm saying is, you don't need a new generation to help. You don't need a new generation coming out in increments of a certain amount of years. You know, to make content. You know what I'm saying? Like Scarlet Violet, like who was that? Pokemon 7. Who else? M&J TV. It's just like some kind of shout out video of all the PokeTubers. Who else? Purple Cliff. Like I don't know. You just gotta make stuff exciting and fresh. Like I said, there's so much stuff. Like the last couple of days, I've been watching a lot of Pokemon content, but they incorporate all the games into their content. It's not just Scarlet Violet, not just the newest hotness, the new hotness. You know what I mean? It's a mix of everything. Legends, Let's Go, BDSP. Hell, they're going back to the yellow and blue. So yeah. So those are my thoughts. As I know this was kind of long, but not long. I don't know. It's only 23 minutes, but yeah, I don't know. So that's my opinion. I think they should focus on Legends and take a break. Don't Gen 9. I'm saying it right here. Gen 9 is the last generation of Pokemon. There will not be a Generation 10. Oops. There will not be a Generation 10 Pokemon uh, game or series, for that matter. You can come back to this video in 3 or 4 years. If there ain't no generation, I was right. I'm like 98% sure. But you know, Pokemon, they gotta put out something. They just can't let something just kind of simmer. You know what I mean? They gotta put something out every so often to keep it flowing, to keep the cash flowing. They act like they can't go a few years extra without selling a game, knowing people. Pokemon is so mainstream now. You don't need the games. I love the games, but you don't need the games to come out so often. But yeah, there you go. That's my opinions on this. Let me know what you think. Let me know what some of your favorite PokeTubers are. I named a bunch I watched. So uh, yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.